Hello student, in this video I am going to discuss about the topic is regular expression and it is the part of subject web designing. It is subject in third year. Subject code is KCS 052. Now basically this topic is part of unit 4 and unit 4 is dedicated for the JavaScript language. So one important part in JavaScript is to validate the content before sending to the user. So regular expression play a key role when you are going to validate a content before sending to the server. So now I am going in detail what is the regular expression, how to implement in the validation of data with the help of JavaScript. So let us start. Now, what is the regular expression? Basically, it is a pattern. We will see some example. So, we define the pattern by which we will validate the input data of the user is valid or not, or you can say correct or wrong. If it is correct, then we will send to the server. Now, the next question is how will you make this pattern? So, there are two ways. This is the first way to define a pattern. Create a variable in the JavaScript, then use these two slash and write the pattern here. This is the first way. Second way is to define the pattern with the help of regular expression constructor. It is predefined in the JavaScript. With the help of new keyword, we will create a pattern or you can say variable and we will provide the pattern in this constructor. So, variable of this pattern is created here. For example, here is pattern 1 by which we will validate the data of the user. So, I talk about the two ways to define the pattern. But in this lecture, I will continue this first way to define the pattern for the validation and to explain the regular expression. Now, to define a regular expression, very important part is we must know some symbols or you can say special symbols. So, the first symbol is caret. Whenever we are using this symbol, it denotes the beginning of a regular expression. It indicates that the string that you are going to search for a pattern must ensure the beginning of the substring of a string should match with this pattern. So, look for an example. We have defined a pattern here. You can see we are using the slash symbol here to define the pattern and the pattern name is FOO. Before the pattern we are using this caret symbol. It indicates that when you match this pattern with any string, then this pattern or you can say regular expression will ensure that at the starting of any string must start with the word FOO. So, we can say when we have defined this pattern, it can be found in this string food because starting of these three characters is FOO as given in the pattern. Now, this string is invalid. The reason is in the pattern we have given FOO should be starting of any string, but this string has been started with the pattern BAR. So, this string is invalid for this regular expression. Next symbol is dollar symbol. So, dollar symbol indicate end of the regular expression. If you want to ensure that any string must be ended with some pattern, yes, substring, then we are using the dollar symbol. Now this is the regular expression and we are using FOO, then dollar. Dollar ensure that whatever the string you are going to validate with this pattern must have these three characters, or you can say this word FOO. If a string does not have this substring, then that string is not valid. So we can check this is a regular expression is defined and it can found in this string. Why this string is valid? Because we have already defined FOO must be at the end of the string. So in this string, FOO at the end of the string. So this string is valid string. But this string is invalid as per the pattern. The reason is at the end it must consist of FOO, which is not present in the string. So therefore we are calling this string is invalid. Next symbol is question mark. So question mark indicates that preceding character, I am talking about the preceding character, that is talking about only single character, should appear or 0 time only 1 time in the pattern. So suppose we have a regular expression, this one, and the string is FOO and then we have a question mark, meaning is this O, because we are talking about the preceding character. So this is your preceding character. So before the question mark we are talking about the O. O can be at 0 time or 1 time, meaning is it will not present. If it is present, it should be only 1 time. So when we define this pattern, define this regular expression, then we can use this regular expression to validate our string. Now it can be found in string food. Why? Because this O is present here at the 3rd position. As per the pattern, it should be present. Now at this 3rd position, there is no presence of the O, but still this string is valid. Very important part. Still this string is valid. Why? Because of the question mark. Question mark indicates that preceding character is here O. O can be 0 time, so this O is not present here. In that case, this string is valid. Now this string is not valid. Why it is not valid? Because before this preceding character we ensure that F and O must be present. So this is not following the norm of the pattern which is given. That is FO is not present here, directly FD is mentioned. So it is not valid. Next character is plus symbol. So plus symbol indicates that preceding character should be appear 1 or more than 1 time. So this is the pattern is mentioned here. So you can see this O can be at least 1 time or more than 1 time, because we are using the character plus. Now we can use this string to validate our input string given by the user. Now suppose the input string is FOOD. So it can be found in FOOD because it is present 1 time. It can be found is here food. It can be found not in FD. So it can be 1 time or more than 1 time. More than 1 time, here more than 1 time, more than 1 time. So it is present in both this string but not in FD, because in FD O is not present. Next symbol is star. Star indicates that preceding characters appear 0 or more than 0 patterns. Now we have defined this regular expression. We can see the FO is mentioned, then we are using the star symbol, then we have the D. So it can be found in the string FD. Why it is present in FD? Because this O can be 0 time or more than 0 time. So in this string it is not present. So we call as a FD is a valid string for this regular expression. Now it is present 1 time here. Again this string is valid according to this regular expression. And this food, this string is also valid as per this regular expression. Why? Because we have 2 times O here. Star indicate that it can be 0 time or more than 0 time. It can be any number of times. So these are the symbol which we are using. I am just repeating in very small way, takes very small time. So caret symbol denote the beginning of a regular expression, then dollar symbol denote the end of the regular expression, then question mark denote either 0 or 1 time, then we have a plus symbol that is 1 time or more than 1 time, then we have a star symbol that denotes 0 time and more than 1 time. Next, going ahead, there are some many other features for the regular expression to define the pattern. So one of the feature is you can define the value in the curly bracket. So what is the meaning to define the value in a curly bracket? So it indicates that preceding characters should appear exactly n times in the pattern. Now you can see this regular expression. Now in this regular expression we have F and O. So this curly bracket is applicable on this preceding character, that is on the O, and we have given 3 here. Meaning is it can exactly appear n times, meaning O can be appear only 3 times. If it is less than 3, then the string is invalid. If it is more than 3, then again the string is invalid. So you can see it can be found in the string FOOOD because it has exactly 3 O's. But it is not present in FOOD. Why? Because the number of O is less than 3. The number which is given in the bracket must be exactly match. So it is not present in FOOD. Similarly, this string is not valid because the number of O is more than 3. So any number you have mentioned in the curly bracket, meaning it should be exactly the number of characters. Next, now in the curly bracket you can give the second parameter also. That is, the curly bracket can take the 2 values, n1 and n2. n1 denotes the starting of a number, n2 denotes the maximum times, or you can see you can define a range or define a regular expression for the preceding characters. Look for an example. Here we have a regular expression FO, or in the bracket we have given 2 numbers, n1 is 2 and n2 is 4. And then we have a D. What its meaning? Meaning is this O can have minimum 2 times and maximum 4 times. So if you match this pattern with any string, it will ensure that the O should be between including 2 and 4. So it can be found in this string FOOD because it has minimum 2 O's. It can be found in this string it has minimum, now it has 3 O's, and it can be found in this string also, because the number of O in this string is 4. But it is not present in this FOOD. Why? Because we want the number of O's should be minimum 2. So therefore this string is invalid. Similarly, it is not present in this string also. The number of O's are here 5. You have 5 O's, and we have given the maximum 4 is here. So this string is not valid for this pattern. So you can see we can get two values n1 and n2 in the curly bracket to define a range from n1 to n2. Next, related to curly bracket, it is possible to have the second parameter empty. No, to give any value in the second parameter. Just give only one value and give the comma. What its meaning? Its meaning is the preceding character should appear at least, that is minimum number of times it should appear. The maximum value is not defined. So here you can see the pattern. You can see the pattern here. We have 2 is defined, and after the question mark no value is given. So this O can be minimum 2 times and maximum is not defined. So this string is also valid. It has 2 number of O's, and more than 2 number of O's are defined in this string. So both these strings are valid, but this string is not valid. Why this string is not valid? The reason is simple, because we have already defined 2 here. So at least number of O's, or you can say minimum number of O's should be 2. Therefore, this string is not valid. Next, we have many other special characters with the help of backslash to represent the different meaning in the patterns. A very important part is here. So if you are using a period or using a dot in a pattern, its meaning is it can represent any character except the new line. So new line it will not come in the string, but any character can become. This is the example here. You can see we have FO and we are using the dot symbol here. Then we match the string according to this regular expression. So we can have any character except the new line. So this is applicable, it is a valid. This is also valid at this position. This is valid. It can take number also. It is also valid. And it can take any special character. So this is also valid. You can see here. So just putting a period, meaning you are allowing all the characters except the new line. Very simple approach. Now suppose you want to ensure that the input string consists of only the digits, then you can use \d that represents any digit, and it is equivalent to way of writing within the brackets 0-9 that we'll see in the coming slide. So either you use \small d or you use 0-9. Now look for an example. So then this is the regular expression is defined here, FO \d and d. Now \d represent any number of digits that can be appear in a string. So we can see that at this position we have a 1, so it is a valid string. At this position we have a 4, this is also a valid string. And at this position we have a 0, this is also a valid string. we have to ensure that at this position we must have a number, but it is not valid in this string because at this position number is not present, any letter is there. So therefore this string is invalid according to this regular expression, and this string is also invalid because at this position number is not present as we have demanded in the regular expression. So these two strings are invalid and these three strings are valid. Now backslash capital D, ensure it is a capital D. Please ensure the previous slide it has a small d, lowercase letter, it is a uppercase letter. So if you are using capital D, uppercase D, its meaning is totally different. It represents any character except a digit, meaning is digit will not appear. At this position any other character can become. So backslash capital D is equivalent to writing caret 0-9. That will discuss why we are using the caret. Here the caret meaning is negation, meaning is other than the digits. So either you use backslash D or use 0-9. Then look for an example. This is a regular expression is defined. At this position we are using backslash capital D. What its meaning? Meaning is digits are not permitted. Other than digits any characters are permitted. So it can be found in this food because at this position digit is not there, but O is here. It is, this string is also valid because at this position A is there, digit not there. But this string is invalid because in the regular expression we have make it mandatory that at this position there should be a character or any character other than the digits. But we have the fourth, that is a digit is here, therefore this string is not valid. Next, backslash small w, lowercase w. So it represents any word character. What is the meaning of character here? In case we are using backslash w. So here the meaning of word character is it can have letters, it can have digits, and it can have underscore. So if you are using backslash w, it will permit letter, digits and underscore. So this is the example to define the regular expression pattern. Here we are using FO backslash W and D. Its meaning is it can be found at this position because we have the third position we have defined this character. So ensure that at the third position it is related to only one character. So at the third position it can have any word character. So it can have O, it is a valid string. It has an underscore, it is a valid string as it is mentioned in the definition. It can have any digits. So digits are there, it is also valid. But it is not valid here because we have only permitted underscore, not any other special characters. So when we use FO star D, it is not permitted. In case of you are using backslash lowercase w, small w. Now just reverse of this one. If you are using backslash capital W, what its meaning? Just reverse of the small w. It represents any character except the word character. Meaning is word characters are not permitted now, but any characters are permitted. What are the word characters? That is letters, digits and underscore. So just making the reverse of small w. Just put the capital W in this pattern. So the pattern is FO \W, and then we have D and D10. So you can see it can be found in this string because at this position we have a star which is permitted because it is already mentioned except word character. This string is also valid and this string is also valid because we are permitting these characters, but not in this FOOD because at this position it is a letter. It is not permitted. So this string is not permitted, but any other these three above strings are permitted, or you can say valid as per the regular expression. Next is \s, small s. So it represents any white space character. If you want to use white space within a string and want to validate, then we can use \s. And it is defined what is the meaning of white space. You can have space, tab, new line, they all will be permitted here. Now we have defined a regular expression FO \SD. So at this position, we can permit the white space. So it can be found in the string FOO because here is a space. So this is a valid string. But at this third position, because as per the regular pattern, at this third position there should be a space, there should be a tab, a new line, which is not there. There is a letter. So this string is not valid, it is a invalid. Now just reverse of small s. If you are using the capital S, that represents any character except a white space character. So white space character is not applicable and anything is applicable. So we are using this regular expression. This is the regular expression. So it can be found in this string is valid. Obviously it is a valid because at this position we have a star, we are permitting it, and because we are using \s, and this is also valid. So whole string is valid. Digits are permitted at this position. So this string is also valid, but not this string is not valid because here we are using space. So this is invalid. It is not permitted as per this regular expression. You can see this is the power of regular expression by which we can validate the user input. So if the user input is correct, then only send to the server. Otherwise, no need to send to the server. And all this processing done at the client side. It will save your response time. Website running will be enhanced if you are using this regular expression and perform the validation at the client side machine. Then you will send the data to the server. Then the server will process the correct data and give the result back to you. Next is the square brackets. So it can be used to match any character which is given inside it. So in the square bracket you can write some characters, you can write anything that will match in a string. So here the regular expression is defined here. This is the regular expression. And you can see within the bracket we have given the value A, E, I, O, U. Understand, any one character at the second position of this regular expression, any one character from this set of characters which are given in the brackets. Again I am repeating, any one character. So can be found in FAD. At this position we have A. A is the part of the set of characters within the bracket. Then we have E. E is again the part of set of characters within the brackets. So both these strings are valid. Both these strings are valid. But it is not present at this position. Why? And look for this backslash T FOD. Okay. So look for this one found in A, E, and okay. Go ahead with the second example. Now in the second example we have AEIOU. We can put the fixed number is here, that is the 2. You can see here the 2 is there. Meaning is A from, you can take any set of characters from here and exact number of characters that will take from this bracket should be of 2. So it can be found in AE. A is the 2 which is already defined in the bracket 2. Then EO is also the part of this set, and it is not applicable. Why it is not applicable? Very simple. It is not applicable because at this position there are some 2 characters must be there. We have only the 1 character. We have only 1 character. So it is not applicable. Similarly, in case of E, only 1 character is there. FD, no character is there. So you can see here we have given the curly bracket. Within this curly bracket, we must have at least 2 any set of characters which is given in the brackets. So we need to take care for this one. Okay. Now, why it is invalid? You can see F is there, F is there, D is there, D is there, but from this set only 1 value should be there. But here we have a 2O, therefore it is invalid. As per the regular expression, it should have only 1. Similarly, here there are 2 characters we have taken from this set, therefore it is invalid. And here no value is there, at least 1 value must be there. Then only it will match with this regular pattern. Next, negation. So when used after the first character of this regular expression, we already discussed this caret symbol can be used to denote the beginning of a pattern. If same caret symbol you are using after the first character, then it is not denoting the beginning of the character. It will denote only the negation. Look for an example. This example is mentioned. Here the caret symbol is not at the starting of the pattern. It is after the first character. So first character is F. Then we are using this caret symbol. So this time this caret symbol is negation, not denoting the beginning of any pattern. Negation meaning is here we can have F, we can have D. At this position, any character from this set is not appear in the string. Any character other than these characters are applicable in the string, then the string will be valid. So it can be found in FQD because Q is not the part of this set of strings. It can be found in F4D because here the 4 is also not the part of this set of strings, but it is not present in FAD. Very simple. Why it is not present in FAD? Just think, because we are using the negation here and F is present here, F should not be present. Therefore, this string is not valid. Similarly, FAD string is also not valid, because E is the part of the set of string. It should not be. We are using the negation here. So, FAD is also invalid. Next is subpattern. So, we can define the subpattern with the help of parenthesis. Look for an example. Subpattern is OO, or you can say a part of substring within a string. To ensure that this substring should be present in a string, then we are using this subpattern. Now the pattern is defined F within the parenthesis OO, then we have a D, and then we are putting a question mark. We have already discussed the question mark meaning is anything before the question mark can be 0 time or 1 time. So, this pattern either will present, or if present, it will present only 1 time. So, when using this pattern to validate any string, so it can be found in FOOD, because OO, this is a subpattern and it is presenting in 1 time. And this string is also valid, that is FD. Because of the question mark, this subpattern should not be present, because it is the property of a question mark, 0 or 1 time. But it is not here. Why it is not here? Why it is invalid? Just think, why it is invalid? Because we defined a substring here. If O is present, it should be in pair. At least 2 O must be there. It is a part of a parenthesis. So, here is only single O. So, it is not the part of substring. So, there we call as a invalid. Next is alternative. We can define many more than one patterns with the help of this pipe symbol, or you can say we can define alternate of the patterns. Now we have this is the regular expression, and we have defined 2 patterns. Now start guessing what is the meaning of this pattern. Take some time. So in the first pattern, you can see it ensures that any string that you are going to validate with the first pattern must be ended with the FOO string. Similarly, in the second pattern, what is important? When you are going to validate any string with the second pattern, then at the starting must be BAR. So, either you can take this pattern or you can take this pattern. So, it can be found in this string FO. Why? This string is valid. Just think, because this is only the string and it is also end of the string. So, this string is valid. And at the starting there should be bar. Bar itself is a string and it is the starting also. So, it is also valid. But it is not valid here. Why it is not valid here? The reason is very simple. Because FOO must be at the end of the string, but it is at the starting of the string. BAR must be at the starting of the string, but it is the end of the string. Therefore, this string is invalid as per this pattern. Okay. Next, escape characters. So, there are some special characters that we want to include in our string, like dot or period. It has some meaning in the regular expression, but I want this dot should be part of our pattern, part of our string. If any special character is a part of our string, then we can make it backslash. With the help of backslash, then we are using the character here. So here FO backslash dot. So dot can be part of a string. So it can be found in FO dot D, but dot must be there after the two characters. So here at this, after the two character, dot is not present, so it is not valid. After the two character, dot must be present. Here is the 4, again it is not valid. So we can use the escape character to include any special character in your pattern. Flags. Now flags provide an enhanced feature in a regular expression. With the help of flag, you can say modify the working of the regular expression. So here one of the flag is I. Flag are mentioned after the regular expression. This is the end of the regular expression and you are using the flag here. So here the I is there. So I matches all lowercase and uppercase. What is the meaning of flag? Here, if you are putting the I will make your pattern insensitive. Now, with the help of I flag, you can make your pattern match with the lowercase or uppercase. By default, it is a case sensitive. One more flag is G. So G flag specifies global match. There are many other flags are available. I am discussing here only two flags, I and G. To understand, we have after the regular pattern, we can put the flags to enhance the, or you can say modify the working of a regular expression. So we have a G flag specifies a global match here. So meaning all matches of this specified pattern should be written. So we have discussed the regular expression in this lecture, which is a key element for validation of HTML form, or you can say the data which has been entered by the user. When the data is validated, which has been inputted by the user, then only we will send the data to the server. Now you can see the power of a regular expression. With the help of regular expression, we can make any user input data properly validated. We can make a simple regular expression also. We can make a complex regular expression also with the combination of different special characters. So that is the power to validate the input data. Now in my coming next lecture, I am going to discuss on the basis of this regular expression, how will you validate the form? Just giving an idea. So in the next lecture, I am going to discuss this use of the regular expression. You can see the regular and many how to make the form validation, that like this is the regular expression. In the coming lecture, I am going to discuss. So we have seen this power of the regular expression in this lecture. If you have any doubt, you may contact me, and for any problem, any discussion, you can discuss with me. Thank you very much. Thank you.